everybody. This is, I think, my first time going live on here. Um, I just finished this junk journal. Not making it. This was my last sermon notes journal. I had it for, let's see, March 2022. I started it, so I just pretty much filled it in last week. This was my first trifold that I made, and it has this elastic on it that worked pretty well. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but that's okay because I like the journal and it served me well. And before I put it on the shelf with my other journals, I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a flip through maybe and share what it looks like when it's all filled in. So I do like to have things look pretty, but I do most of my pretty stuff before. I did add a couple of things to this journal throughout, and I can kind of show you that. But mostly, I just put all the stuff in before, and I don't do decorated pages as I'm going. I use it as a journal. I just write in it. Sometimes I doodle in it or put stickers and stuff. But anyway, so it opens like this. I don't remember what I made this out of. Packaging of some kind. And then I had started to do a list of the sermons in this, and this comes out, but then I ran out of space and then I kind of gave up. But throughout the year, I'll add little scriptures in places, and this was a stamp from a card my friend in Australia sent me that I put there, and just I added scriptures throughout the year here, or quotes and stuff. Oh, I guess they're all quotes. They're all quotes. Anyway. And then I added, this as a little flip with some washi tape during a service. So when I'm sitting in church or something, I usually have a pack of coffee dyed or, different things that I added. But anyway. And then, but it's nothing fancy. This stuff is not fancy. But when I tell people to write in their journals, I mean it. I write in my journals on top of other writing. I don't care. This is what I want to do. So one of the kids made me this, I think Gabe, last year, and then I just added that. This was coffee dyed. I love the keys. Just a lot of a lot of notes. Okay, I actually write in this. Obviously then I didn't need to fill out the rest of that, and I didn't write on the back of that. I don't know why, but whatever. But I write on everything. Everything. I cover everything in writing. This is paper. And then this was a pocket, but it broke and I didn't re-glue it. And then there's tags in here. I might write a scripture on something, just on the little ones. Sometimes if I have a tag in a spread, then I'll just write all the scripture references on that. And then this is, oh look, I had an empty spot. I didn't know that. That makes me twitch. I don't like it when there's empty spots. No, it needs to be filled all the way. Anyway, this was loose. Oh, this goes on here. That's why. Hi, I'm alive right now in my craft thing. So Allie just came in to talk to me. But oh, this was glued on to that. So I didn't write over those words, but I mean some of it I did. But mostly if I'm going to use a journal for sermon notes and stuff. Oh, I didn't write on the back of this one. I don't know why either. That's paper clipped to music paper because I just thought that was pretty, but I didn't really write on it. So some things don't get written on. That's okay. This side obviously did. And then I might go through my new journal and put these on all the pages because I really like having that little tab with the date and everything. So I might do that. I might have to make more of those tabs. So it's just a stamp that I stamped on the vintage paper. Sometime during the year I found this picture of Allie from prom a couple of years ago and put that in there. This is just a pocket filled with stuff. notes, sermon notes, sermon notes. What's on this? Oh, yep, I wrote on that one. I'll number them, like 1, and then something in there is 2. This is 3. That way, when I want to look back, all my little loose pages in one area are numbered. A lot of times I'll date them and make like a little note of what it was from as well. This, just a little stamped. Perseverance is the survival mode of our faith. Pastor J. Wall said that. And those ended up not having anything on them, but they're pretty. Whoops. Let's do this. Give it more stability. How about? That's fine. Sermon notes. The whole thing is sermon notes and scriptures. It takes the whole Bible to make a whole Christian. Pastor Jay Caviani said that last year, this month. Lots of notes. Okay. Just notes everywhere. But I write on pretty much everything, you guys. Like when I say write in your journals, this is what I mean. Write on everything. It's just a pretty way of collecting your thoughts or notes. And I take notes because it helps things stick in my brain more. And if I ever want to reference something later, I can. And I actually have. So one time in BSF, we were covering the same thing that my pastor had just preached on. And so I was able to, in my group discussion, just pull out my notes from that sermon and say, hey, my pastor said XYZ, and I thought that was really good or whatever. So it helps to take notes because you can look back on them and it just helps it to stick in your brain. And it's a good way to use junk journals. Luke, I wrote on that one. So this was like a book page with cacti on it. I don't use, like, obviously these pages had like lines and other words. I just wrote over them. I don't care. Just write over them. This one I just doodled flowers over the words. I can't draw, guys. This is the extent of my drawing, okay? I literally was telling my friend Andrew last week that I can't draw. But I can doodle flowers a little bit. Okay, this is another pocket. This one, I really like this too to put on stuff because you can put like the date. That was a good stamp. I need to make more of those stickers. And this has all kinds of stuff. And then I like to put these just little reminders in, and it's pretty. That was written on the back. What does this say? Every time you decide to follow scripture, someone isn't going to like what you're doing. Do not give up. And remember the poor. Okay. A little extra thing in there. That was from a Sunday school class. Sunday school. I don't know why. Oh, fort session. I ended up doing like an outline of what they were saying, but then I didn't fill it in. I don't know why. I got distracted. So it's not just from church too. Bible studies. You know, I took notes at Ford. I took notes in Sunday school. Everywhere. This is a postcard with a tab on it. And some notes on the back. Don't mind my super messy writing. Usually I'm taking notes, I'm writing fast. Oh, one of the kids made this for me. I think for my birthday, so that went in there. And I took notes on the back. Again, I numbered it. 1. This one has a 2 on the back. This is a 3 right there. So then I can keep... This was another day. There's a 1 there. 2, 3. So I can keep my brain kind of together. That one, I didn't do anything with. I don't know why. There's more stuff in this pocket. Stuff to write on. Oh, I missed some of that. Maybe I'll take some of those out and put them in my new one since I didn't use them. And that's what you can do too. You can take stuff out that you don't end up using in a journal. Oh, that one I didn't use either. And put it in a different one because you can do that because it's your thing to use. Notes on this. Notes on this little thing. What's on the back of this? Oh. A little vintage ephemera. who will lead them if we don't? I think he was talking about children. Yep, bearing fruit in children. Who will lead them if we don't? This one I need a paper clip in. So I'm going to grab a paper clip while I'm on here. Let's see. Let's go with pink. Yeah. No, we'll do plain because it's done. A lot of times I keep paper clips and stuff in my church bag too, but not always. Usually just index cards. Ah! I might have to set you down. Guys, I'm not ambidextrous apparently. And that doesn't mean what I just used it. It's not in the right context. It's fine. Whatever. I didn't write on that map, but it's pretty. And all this little stuff, scripture references, and the date. And I need to write on this. So anyway, my identity is that I'm a follower of Jesus. Yep. And these all have stuff in them, little pockets. These are book pages made of pockets. They have all kinds of little. We need to be willing to go to the edge because God and our family and world needs it. Pastor Dre Walls. The reason we worry is because we are seeking ourselves first. Russ said that. Anyway, lots of stuff, lots of good stuff. So it took me that long to fill this because, I don't know, just did. Sometimes I take notes in a journal that has to do with like that scripture. So we just went through the entire book of John at our church, and we have these journals, I don't have any in here, that are the whole book of the Bible typed out, and then on the opposite page has journaling page. And so when we went through John, I used that, and I just journaled in that and took notes in that. So that's why this spans so long, because it skips all of those sermons that I wrote directly in that book. I think there may be a couple in here, but like if we had a guest speaker that went in here, but then all of the book of John went in that book of John. So I kept that together. But anything else was from this. That's why this spans such a long time, because I used that journal for, I think it was over a year that we covered John. So, yeah, that's it. Oh, I can show you this while I'm on here. Huh. I should make pages to go in this, don't you think? I have this cover made, but no pages. And I have this cover made. Oh, and then I have pages to go in here. And a doily. 2 signatures ready to go. Look at, I just have to sew them in. Why did I not sew them in? And then this, Allie gave me these from Fort. It's this little like seed looking thing, and then it has these encouragement cards in here. And so I put tabs on each one to pull them out with scripture and stuff. And I made that little flip flap in this book. So, yep. Maybe I'll do a flip through of this sometime if I ever get it put together, because my brain is flip flappy and I have all these sitting here. I don't know why. Tags. All right, you don't need a tour of everything on my desk, right? All right, y'all have a great day, and God bless you so much.